been a super easy day today. We are way over here in New Mexico. We stopped for fuel there in Kingman. It took about 41 minutes. So, then we stopped at a TA there in, where's that TA at? I don't know. It'd be alright. We stopped there and used the bathroom, made ourselves a sandwich. Went back to Rooster cruising. We've had the cruise set at 71 miles an hour all day. It's just been very relaxing. Normally anything north of 67 stresses me out, but out here it's very little traffic. It's currently rush hour right here. It's 5:30 in the evening. So this is rush hour in New Mexico. And so yeah, we're going to make it over here to about the 140 to that truck stop and call it quits. Because after that you got the Flying J there. Technically they call it, I don't know if they call it Albuquerque right there. She's coming down the hill before you get into Albuquerque. Then you got the Flying J, and then you got the Loves, and you got the Tia. All those are just horrendous. So I think we stop at the 140, and we'll have a really good shot at getting a parking spot. So we'll go there and call it a day, and then should be there in about 45 minutes. So about 6:15, 6:30. So should be able to get a parking spot real easy. And then we'll head out at 4:15 whenever it tens up. Keep on trucking. So we got a lot of ground covered today. We only have 1,980 miles to go. I run another 40 miles, so it's going to put us about 1940 divided that by 3. So yeah, it should be an easy run of it, you know. Now we already have our load booked coming out of Maryland, going to Knoxville. So it has a 24-hour window on it on Monday. So that gives me time to deal with that stinking delivery location I'm going to, and still make my pickup, which goes to Knoxville. And from there we can decide to keep running or go on home, because it's about 85 miles to the house from Knoxville. But I really want to keep running, but I may have some things I need to handle at home, so I have to jog to the house and then keep running. So anyway, so hopefully this wasn't too boring of a journey for y'all today, as we didn't record very much. So anyway, and you've been on the dash all day. So anyway, we appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you bright and early in the morning as we're leaving. Hang on, I was going to tell you where we were stopping at. I'm trying to focus on this rush hour traffic here. Rush hour traffic is brutal in New Mexico. I can't prepare speeding up, so we're okay. So yeah, we're going to stop to 140 is Route 66 Travel Center in Rio Purico. I don't know which one it is. If that's the one with the arrows in the ground, I don't know that I've ever been in there. So could be a new experience. We will find out. So I don't know. Anyway, you guys have a good one. See ya. Well, hello guys. It is absolutely beautiful territory. You guys see the train down there in the valley running? So that's the downfall with GoPros. They have a short view range. I guess because it's such a small lens. But the picture quality is on spot. just absolutely gorgeous day, man. Holy smokes. Anyway, you know, I don't know what this channel is. I guess it's become branded for whatever reason. You know, I refer to my stuff as idiotic ramblings as a disclaimer, because you can ask 100 truck drivers how to hook up an airline, and you're going to get 100 different answers. So you're going to have a lot of different ways of people go about doing things. But you know what gets me is when, you know, I mean, if you watch my Trucking 101 videos, some people say that they need to be more depth and more detail. We might get around to doing that one day. But if you I like to say, well, you need $10,000 in a maintenance account, and you need 17% down payment to buy your truck. You know, that's just to become an owner-operator leasing on to a carrier, whether it be Mercer, Snyder Choice, Landstar, F2F, Traveloco. There's thousands of them, you know, to take your pick, to check the requirements and see what fits you the best, you know. They all have different platforms, different scales, different policies, different procedures, but the thing of it is, you know, I recommend that, going that route, and then to take the next step of going owner-operator leased to a company, to get your own authority, which would be the next step that some guys choose to take and some do not. But that's the next level. You know, I say it all the time that you need, 6 months of expenses. And 6 months is harsh, and it is a lot. You know, in the Uber video, I had to say that if I knew if I just had 30 days, I would survive. And that is true in a sense that, you know, I got a brand spanking new truck. And I've said it in other videos before that, you know, it's a good idea to have the 3 to 6 months in expenses put back. And that is a hard thing to do, you know, because not very many people can save that kind of money, you know, because without a factoring company, you're going to drop 12 to 15 grand the first 30 days, all depending on what your overall expenses are, and fuel bills and insurance and house payments and car payments and alimony payments and child support. The list is endless, you know. But once that money starts rolling in, it will continue to roll in until you take a week or two off, and then it's right back over again, you know. So now, if you're in an unfortunate situation and say you've got $25,000, say, don't you think you are good to go? Well, it takes 2 to 3 weeks to change things over. It is possible to do from one day to the next. You pull your leased-on company decals off and put your name on the door and go back to rolling the very next day. It can be possible. You got to know what you're doing and get it done. But it can be done. But even at that, you're still going to drop, you know, 12 to 15 grand, unless you choose to do the factoring companies, which I do not advise that, and there's a lot of reasons for that. But if you don't know that, And this conversation is you're just not ready to go down that road if you don't know. And you know, that's the thing. I see all these posts on Facebook, and they ask all these stupid questions like, "Holy cow, man!" I mean, that's like asking which side of the bed to get out of in the morning. You know, I mean, you're either going to get off the side of the bed that you're sleeping on, or you're going to crawl to the other side. I mean, why would you ask that question? Sometimes it just blows me out of the water. But what I'm getting at is trying to jump into it, say only 20 or 25,000. You're setting yourself up for a hard road to go. Say that you have a used truck. Even this new truck can break. If they can break right now when I'm talking to you, they're mechanical. They break at any given moment. You know, I've always preached that. I've been very fortunate with this one. It has not broke yet, but it's coming. It's going to happen. It's how are you prepared for it when it does happen. So if you start out with your own authority and only 24,000, you know, you're going to be out of work for a week or 2 or 3, getting everything set up and going, and then you're going to go to work where you're already down the hole from that, and now you're doing net 30s or whatever, or if you're fortunate you're doing Landstar or C. Robinson, they have quick pay, you're doing that, you're throwing that 3% out the window, whatever it is you're doing, you're still going to drop some money, right? And then if that truck breaks down and it costs you 5 to 10 grand or whatever it's going to cost you, there's half of what you got saved up gone. You're just setting yourself up for a rough road, man. And then to jump into it without doing the proper steps of doing the learn. That's why I said before you go owner operator from company, stay company as long as you can. Learn all you can. Mess up in someone else's truck and not yours, and learn all you can about the business. Now, if you think 3 years is enough, okay, well, great, and then lease onto a company that you run their load board, one that does not have a dispatcher or a load planner. Lease onto somewhere that you get to pick and choose your loads, and do that for a year or 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever, and learn the markets, and learn where to go and where not to go, because that's key to your success, is knowing how to negotiate rates, know where the markets are, where you need to go, where you don't need to go. I mean, because if you're very first load out and you take a load to Tampa, Florida, it's like, okay, well, and you went to Tampa, Florida for 2.25 miles, you just lost your shirt. Or you want to take a $2.50 mile load to Denver, Colorado, you just lost your shirt. So you got to know where to go. And you don't just learn that by looking at a load board. I got so many guys that are out here and they're struggling, they're calling me, and I'm like, look, man, why are you calling and asking me? You're wearing me out. You didn't listen to what I tried to advise you to do. You went to Landstar for 2 months, and then you quit, and now you can't find loads. Or you leased on to Ozark Motor Lines and for $1.10 a mile, and now you're hungry and you can't pay your bills. You're not listening. So it's really frustrating when you got 10 guys a day blowing your phone up. I'm running I got a YouTube channel. He got a grandma. How it turned into that, I don't know. But I'm not. There's a guy on YouTube called the Trucker's Coach. I don't watch his stuff, don't know anything about him, but he's got the title of the Trucker's Coach. That's his job. It's just not my job. My job is running my company, and I don't know. But here we are. We're branded as. But I guess I'm just a nice guy, and I try to help people. But at some point, you know, it gets overwhelming on my end when they're blowing my phones up, and I'm trying to book my own loads and dispatch myself and find my own freight, and run my own business, and let alone a full-time YouTube channel. I don't know, you know, I don't know, just sometimes I just get overwhelmed at all of it, and it's very disheartening and frustrated, and they want to call and ask me, but then they don't, but they haven't applied anything. So why ask me? You know, why call me and ask me when you're just going to turn right around and do whatever you want to do in the first place, which is what everybody does, you know, or you're asking 10 other people, you're going to get 10 different answers, you know, and so you're picking bits and pieces off the 10 people you're asking, and you're applying what you like from those 10 different people, and that might be a great fit, you know, but when you call me and something's not working, and I told you to do it this way, and I say, well, why didn't you do it that way? Well, I know, I didn't. I mean, you know, and then you keep calling me. I mean, I don't know. It's just, I guess it's frustrating, is what I'm getting at. I don't know. I don't have the answers. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I gave you, you know, it's like I made that one video, you know, peanut butter cookie recipe. Someone can give you the peanut butter. You can give the same peanut butter cookie recipe to 5 different people, and you're going to get 5 different results of that peanut butter cookie. Some are going to be fantastic, and some are going to be like not so good. Some are going to be so dry that they won't even stick together, and or the other one's going to be so burnt on the bottom, or hard as a rock, you know. So the recipe for success, I feel like I've spelled it out numerous times, but everybody applies it differently, you know. And everybody said, well, I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, I may not, but you guys see where I'm at, you know, and where I'm fixing to go. I must be doing something halfway decent. I bought this truck in February of 2017. Here it is, October 2018. I've never had even hesitate to make the payment ever. It's never been one issue. I always paid a week early and got more than enough money in the bank to pay it. It's never been a problem. So you know, so anyway, I don't know. But anyway, I'll let you guys go with that. I don't know. It's been a very frustrating, disheartening day, and I just thought maybe I'd express a little bit of it. And I don't know how to convey anything any different than what I've already done. I'll put a tab up at the top for Trucking 101. You guys can watch those videos, and you know, yeah, I need to make them better, I guess. But anyway, you guys have a good one. Stay safe out there. Alright, is this SD card gonna work now? Holy smokes. Yeah, this is what I thought it was. This is my home for the night. I can make it on down here to the Flying J or the Loves, but you know, I don't know about parking situations. Let's go see what kind of parking they got in here. I've been here one time like 13, 14 years ago when I ran team to LA and back. We probably stopped in here once. But anyway, we're going to go in here so we can find a decent spot to park for the night, and we'll get back out of in the morning bright and early because it's 6:15 local time, and so we'll be leaving here about 4:30 in the morning. So let's go ahead and check it out. Come on. A roundabout. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Do not have time for parking this way.
At the roundabout, take the fourth exit.
So there's truck parking. We may not like it. You know, if we don't like it, we won't be staying. That was nice of him, wasn't it? So if it's figure here on this corner without sticking out, that would be nice. Backing in right there, and then I don't know. I'm afraid in the morning it'd be hard to get back out, though. You know?
In 400 feet, turn right on I-40 and then at the roundabout, take the first exit.
I think we're back right there next to that night truck in that water hole. What do y'all think? That way in the morning we can just go straight out. Yeah, I like that right there. I'm just going to straddle that water hole. I like it. I like it. Looks like there's a lot of parking on the other side. Huh. It's going to be fun backing up. I can't see a bloody thing.
Roundabout, take the second exit in 800.
I'm Tom Thumb from Pittstown, New Jersey. When I'm not working in the garden, I'm checking out idiotic ramblings on Life is Good. Come on.